Hey, it's another great day at the Solomon Trading Institute. Hey, listen, if you are interested in what we are doing, I'd love to talk with you and see whether or not we'd be a good fit. I just believe that we can get some things done. I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt with every fiber in me that it is the will of God for you to prosper. There are 440 something billion dollars that's moving around in the market every day. And I just believe some of it belongs to you potentially. Now, I have to make sure that you understand this, that this is real and it is relevant, that the government requires us to give you this disclaimer that it is dangerous or it is risky, if you will, to trade in markets. However, we can mitigate those risks with knowledge. Today, I have the star student of this week who I will be interviewing on this Sunday. He's joining me today for this market recap. His name is Tariq, and he is from New Jersey. How you doing, Tariq?
I'm all right. And how you doing yourself?
Good, 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 good. I was just telling them, and I love to talk to them about this, the fact that wealth is a choice, and you can make this choice just like you have made. And the choice is that you want to tap into this $437.4 billion that's in the market on a daily basis. And I think that's important for people to understand that they can do that. And today we had our live tech education classroom, and actually Tariq is being groomed and trying to facilitate that room, because I don't want to be what we call a single point of failure. So there must be more people who know how to do what we do and can handle the things that we do. And so Tariq, he's our star student. He's been our star student for a while, but we're just now getting around to interviewing him on this Sunday. So live tech was today. How was live tech today, Tariq?
Oh, live tech was amazing. It was slow at the beginning, but it picked up. It had a lot of opportunities in the market today, and watching you trade live was definitely a eye-opening experience.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And we'll talk about that in just a few moments. I traded live doing live tech this morning. Now, on March the 9th, I was traveling, and actually, Tariq, you facilitated this day. And you did a wonderful job on this particular day on March the 9th, 2023. Of course, this is archived, so I don't know when you're watching this, but on this particular day, using our rules and our software, $830 per contract potential was available today. So if the trades were taken. So let's go to our proof chart, because we don't like to just talk, we like to show. And we don't like to just tell, but show and tell. So on our chart today, as we look at what happened on yesterday, we had some trades that triggered, and I think one of them I don't even have on here, but I wasn't present during this day. But right here at 9:29, we had a trade that triggered about 730 bucks potential was in that particular trade. So it seems like y'all had a good time. So do you remember taking this trade, or do you remember seeing this trade in the trade room on the 9th, which was yesterday?
Yeah. I actually took that trade myself. And like you said, you just follow the rules and wait for the setup and hit the button, and everything else will take care of itself.
Man, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. Complex systems have been created, but we've created a system that can help you deal with the complexity of the market, and that's really great. So also on this day in the afternoon session, we also have, and we can see that $100 potential was there as well for that total of 830 potential. Now on today, which is March the 10th, which is the day that we're in today, there was $1,165 per contract potential on today in the live trade room. Did you get a piece of this, Tariq? Were you able to get a piece of this money today?
Oh yes, indeed. I made a little bit today. I actually had my first 100 tick trade today,
Uh-huh.
following the rules. So yeah, I got a little piece.
Man, that's cool. Now, when you talk about 100 ticks, 100 times $5, that sounds like $500 on that one trade today. So, man, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, let's look at the proof chart to see whether or not, we just talking. So, this is our rules. We in the train station is like we like to call it. We like to get on the train in the station. We don't try to jump in as it goes there, because that's basically financial suicide when you try to jump in and chase trades. We don't do that. But we have a system whereby we can enter trades in a safe place. And I love it. So this is the first one. It was a little scalp because you were close. So to measure a move, because we always measure our moves. So a good trading plan, when to get in, where you're going to get out, where you're going to get in, where you're going to get out, and how much money you're willing to risk. And so we're able to clearly see that here on this chart. So here we were able to work with $60 on this one. So then we move right along to the next trade. It's kind of tight and narrow in there a little bit today early on because of the fundamental announcements and interference. And so it's kind of tight, like you mentioned earlier today, Tariq, that we only work, we were able to work with $45 here on that particular trade. But hey, patience is a virtue and patience does pay. So now we ramp up a little bit here with 140 potential here in the market, and then we go to the next trade and we can clearly see that as well. Then boom, here's another nice one, 285 here in the afternoon, and then we have another one as well right here, 130. So this is that 285 that I had just when I switch charts, that's the spot, but this is at 285. So this is the current trade that I'm talking about at 130. And as you can see, I mean, our rules were met. It's just a great thing when you can clearly see and know exactly what's going on, and you can understand what's going on actually in the market. So moving right along, here's another opportunity here at 140 potential. So we started humming today. That's what I like about it, Tariq, that some days we don't have a lot of movement and we have to just take one trade or maybe some scalps. But then you get another day where it'll just hum and move and zip and zoom, and it'll allow you to do what you're trying to do, which is to grow your account. And we'll kind of talk about your account growth in the Star Student Spotlight. So we're continuing to move right ahead. And we're looking here. Here's another one at 220 here, potential. And so that was a great thing as well. So here's another one, 135. Wow. So today, we were kind of zooming. Now, here's one thing I do want to talk about, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more in detail when we do your interview, Tariq, but this mental toughness. So when I was trading today, were you able to see and kind of understand what I wrote in my book? On my book in page 18, I wrote and I talked about mental toughness. I talked about how the market can throw losing trades at you, but recovery, that's what we call it. We call it recovery trading. People who don't know how to trade, they do what we call revenge trading. Revenge trading. In other words, they try to get the money back the very next second they lose it, lose a trade, and that's not how you do it. You wait. Think about basketball. Like I talk about basketball. If you play basketball and you miss a shot, what do? Get back on defense. You can't take the shot on defense. You have to play defense first. Get yourself back in position, get the ball back and shoot it again. If you're playing football, right? If you get tackled, well, you can't get up and keep running. That's against the rules. You have to go back, get in the huddle. If you're running a team, offense with the huddle, and then get the ball again and run it better next time. If you're playing baseball, like we talking about, if you strike out, you can't take the next man's at bat. Hey, I struck out. Let me hit it again. No, you have to wait until we get back around to your batting spot 8 men later. Does that make any sense? Tariq, what do you think about that when I'm talking about mental toughness and how important it is to be mentally tough and kind of understand and trust your skill set?
Oh, that's definitely a key component to trading. And like I said, watching you trade today, and it was one particular trade you was in for, I want to say, at least 45 minutes. And, mental toughness definitely played a part in there, because for me, if just watching the retracements, I would have, let it stop me out. But, like you said, having that mental toughness, you're able to, forego the stopping out and just let it work, because that your strategy and your setup was perfect. So you definitely showed me that mental toughness when you was in that trade for like 45 minutes. And to just add the cherry on top, the target hit. So, having the mental toughness and the fortitude to stay in paid off in the end. Mental toughness
Exactly.
is definitely key.
So let's kind of talk about what he is talking about. So here today, now what I do, as you notice, my first trade right here, and today is the 10th. My first trade right here was at 10:41. And so typically, what I do is I give up my trading time for you guys. You see what I'm saying? So the optimal time to be trading is like 9 o'clock, from 9 o'clock to 9:25. But as you can see, I didn't go to work until 10:41 because I wanted to make sure everybody saw God. That's what we call the goal of the day. Did we get the goal of the day? Tariq, did you see God today? Did you get your goal for today?
Yes, I did. On my growth account, I did.
Okay, great, great, great. That's cool. That's cool. And many others got theirs too, as well. So because that's what we want, to do. Because we talk about a growth account, we're talking about just getting a small 2 to 3% per day. I mean, once you add, 200 days to that, that's a lot, and then you're doing it from a compounded standpoint. So that's real cool. And it's real good that those who are thinking about doing this have an opportunity to hear from you, a real live person who's, doing this and doing well at it. It's really, really good. Now, here's the thing. Let's go back to this mental toughness because that's what we're talking about here, mental toughness. Now, another thing that involves in mental toughness is keeping your emotions under control. How did I sound as I was talking about the management of that trade? Did I sound emotional? Tell me what you picked up with my demeanor and posture while that was happening.
Cool, calm, and collected. That's
Yeah.
no shakiness in in your voice. You move the stop loss accordingly, and
Mhm.
you just let the market do what it do, and you had the confidence in the strategy that you made the right entry, and like I said, you just had to wait out and let the market
Mhm.
make its moves.
And the thing, and what I love about this, because this is a system, is not me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my smarts, it wasn't my intelligence, it really wasn't even my experience. It's the system. Once you know and once you understand how it works, then you operate within the system. And I liken it like it works for anybody. For example, I'm not a policeman, but if I was a policeman or law enforcement, and I had a badge, I could get in front of traffic and traffic would stop. But I can, get in front of that same traffic without a badge and it won't stop. It's not stopping because of who the person is. It's stopping because of what's being represented. So if a seventh grader follows the system, they'll make money. If a 12th grader follows the system, they'll make money. My mother, who was a senior citizen at the time, she was training in her 70s. It didn't matter who it is, and that's what I like about what we have. And so the key is to practice enough to get to the place where you've seen it so many times that you're not emotional as the market makes its move. For example, just like I'm talking about here now, okay, so trade one, okay, we positive here, and then we go down, we're down, we're down, we're down, we're down, and we're down. Okay, now, but these are not realized losses because the losses aren't realized until the market closes. So these were just, this is just a part of the game. So what you have to do is you have to keep working. So as you can see here, so trade one, okay, down 470, okay, down 380, okay, back down 430, okay, down 335. And look, you remember when I said, now once this trade hits, I'll be back at even. You remember me saying that?
Yep.
Because I knew, and I don't know how much sports you play, Tariq, but for me, playing ball really helps me in this because it's basically just performance. Now, I've cried after losing a game, but you know what? I've never cried at halftime. And I started playing, basketball in the fourth grade. I have never cried at halftime. You know why? Because the game is not over. The game is not over. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They look at this unrealized loss, treat it as a realized loss. So therefore, they don't have the mental toughness to wait and take the next trades so they can do this. So now we back up 40, 90, 185. 335, 385, 500, 565, 610, 665, 720. Right. So that mistake, in management that caused the losses, that didn't change the system. You see what I'm saying? If you make a mistake, that doesn't change the fact that the cycle works. It doesn't change the fact that true value is true value. It doesn't change the fact that a character change is a character change. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's what you have to do. And then let's look at even my performance sheet. Now check this out. So at the end of the day, in this day, it was about 1,100. Well, because of my mismanagement, and that's what happened on that trade. Those trades, when I got in, they were going in the right direction, and this is my stop loss, and I was supposed to move the stop loss here. But while I was going there, it whipped back on me and stopped me out. You see what I'm saying? Because I wasn't moving quick enough. The pace changed on me. So like right when I got into the trade, the pace picked up, stopped me out. Okay, well, guess what? I know they can't do that forever. And I know that another setup is going to come. So even today, with only being 77%, you don't have to be 100% to make money. And each one of these losses were in the rules. The management of the trades is what I just explained. So whether you make a mistake or the market throws a losing trade at you, your emotions have to stay the same. Your management on the next trade just has to be better. So and I like to say this: if you keep your head, you can get your bread. You just have to stay focused on what you're focused on. Wait for what you're waiting on. What you think about the fact that, just at 77%, we still were able to realize what we need to make. Some people work all week to make that,
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So here's the thing about it, and man, I can't wait to interview you on Sunday, and just kind of talk about your journey, your story, who you are, where you come from, things of that nature. I'm so glad to have you aboard with what we're doing in terms of trying to help somebody and help others. I love your authenticity. I tell you that public, private, I'm telling you that publicly, as being a person that's willing to help others as well. So if you want to know more information about what we do, we have daily Q&A sessions. We have your software that's going to help you, a strategy that's going to help you. We're going to support you. We have coaches that are made of players to help you succeed. If you have not already, you ought to go to Amazon and pick up this book so that you can kind of see a little bit. If you want to know a little bit more about what we're doing and how we're doing it, you'd love to kind of read that. Now, here's the thing. If you want to know more information, you also can go to our website at moneymarketedge.com, and you can also text the word profits to 94253. Here's the truth. I believe that it's the will of God that you prosper. Thanks, Tariq. God bless you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.